Hi there guys, hope everyone's keeping well. Apologies for such a late video. Obviously with kids being on a half term last week and I was still at work at the time, so it was a bit tricky to get 5-10 minutes to myself to do some filming. So I'm doing the third of my Halloween board game reviews today, and then tomorrow, or no, obviously it's the 1st of November tomorrow, I will get the fourth and final one out. Again, apologies for it being a bit late, but let's get on with it. So as you can see, we are looking today at The Vampire Game by Waddingtons. This game, I remember having it as a kid. I think I picked it up at like a school jumble sale that I was having at the school I was at the time. They were having a jumble sale, and someone was selling this. And as soon as I saw that box up, I knew I really wanted to get this game. It was made. Let me just check. It was made in 1987, so it's a fair few years old now. But we're just going to have a quick look at it today. So, lovely bit of box art, and then that's the contents. And then one of the best bits about this game is the actual board and the artwork. So this is the boards. Let's have a quick zoom in. So these are the four intrepid heroes off to rescue the princess from the vampire's castle. That's a cool little bit of artwork there. The vampire. I presume either he's brushing his teeth or he's brushing his hair. I think he's brushing his teeth there. But yeah, that's the artwork on this board is really cool. It really is nice. So like I said, it's a simple game. You pick one of your four characters, one of your four counters, and you start on the board there. And depending on how many players there are in the game, is to what dice you use while you're playing the game. So you have the red dice is for your heroes, your characters, and then you have three black dice for the vampire. So if there is, let me just double check. So if there's 4 players, you use the 4-sided dice to move the vampire around. If there is 3 players, you use the 6-sided dice. And then if there is 2 players, you use the 8-sided dice. So obviously the less a number of players there are, the more likely it is to be caught by the vampire. So that's how that moves. So you roll, so if you're playing, so you take your red dice and the corresponding black dice, roll, and then you move your character, and then you control the vampire around the board at the same time. So which is this chap here. So he starts on his little square there. So you can either move your hero first, then the vampire, or vice versa. Move the vampire, then the hero. And then as you're moving around, the vampire's moving around the back squares all the time, just going round. And then as you're moving around, you can go either way around the board you like. If you land on one of these garlic squares, you pick up one of these garlic cards and keep it. And then if you're wandering around on the blue squares and the vampire happens to come around and lands on you, if you've got the garlic cards, you discard it, and then you have to go back to the village and start again, but you don't get bitten. But if you haven't got a garlic card, then, neat little trick with this game, the vampire's hat pops off. There's a little stamp on his head, and there's a little box there with some ink in, but sadly the ink dried up a long time ago, so it doesn't work anymore. But what you do, you dab the vampire's head in the ink, you stamp it on your hand or your wrists, and then the first character to get 3 bites is out of the game. That's it. But obviously your main objective, apart from avoiding the vampire, is to get to this square here, to the princess. you take one of these little princess tokens, put it with your counter, and then you've got to make it back to the village, and then the princess is rescued. And if the vampire, again, if he lands on you, not only do you get bitten, but if you're with the princess at the time the vampire lands on you, she has to go back to the castle. You have to go back to the village and carry on again. Like I said, quite a fun little game. Like I said, it's a neat little gimmick with the stamp on the vampire's head. That's quite cool. But yeah, it's just a fun little game to play at Halloween. I've only just picked this copy up off of eBay, so I haven't had a chance to play it with my kids yet. But we will get it on the table at some point. But yeah, there you go. So that's the Vampire Game by Waddingtons. Hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, tomorrow being the 1st of November, I hope to get out the final video that I should have done last week. Yes, so I'm trying to remember now because I'm all behind. But yeah, so like I said, hope you've enjoyed the video. Give us a like if you have, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.